Hey there, newspaper fans. We've been getting some questions about the best way to print from the newspaper site. It's a little different a procedure than last time on the old site, so we're going to show you some techniques we've figured out so far to get some good prints from the site. First thing you need to do is find the piece of newspaper that you're interested in seeing and zoom in on it. So I'm going to zoom in on this obituary right here, and I'm going to wait a moment for it to clarify. There we go. And then the first way is I'm going to click on the scissors, and it's going to create turn my pointer to a little crosshair. And so the idea is then you point, click, and drag to highlight the bit that you want to print. And so you'll notice it's turned the rest of the screen gray, and the part that I'm interested in is still white. And then I click on the little check mark here saying OK. What will happen is we'll get a new page, and the new page will have just the part that I selected. And then from here you can hit Control P or Command P if you're on a Mac like I am, in which case you'll get a printout of the page that looks like this. Now this really depends on the size of the article that you are looking to clip. If it's something really big, the text is going to end up being very small. So while this works for me in this particular case, it may not work very well for you. So in this case, I would just go ahead and click print, and that's what I would see. Now, some other tips that we've picked up in the time since too is that if you just have this screen up and you right click on it, you actually have a couple of options here. One of the options, of course, is Save Image As, which is really useful. So I'm going to go ahead and Save Image As. And in my case, I'm on a Mac. It's going to ask me where I want to put these. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put them on the desktop. Okay. Before I click Save, I want to point out a couple of things about this. This little bit of gobbledygook that it's using as the file name isn't gobbledygook. In fact, it's the identifier for the title and date and page number that we're working from. So in this case, ADE stands for the Adirondack Daily Enterprise. The date is 1998, 08/26, so it's August 26. And then this bit here identifies where in the issue it is. So this is the first edition, and then this section 1, and then the section at the last bit at the end is the page. So this is the first edition for that date, third page. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And the reason I'm clicking Save is because I want to show you what I can do with it from here. So if I go over to this side here, I have that image that I've saved. And because I'm on a Mac, this is going to look a little different on Windows. I can go ahead and open that file. And when I do, the default viewer will pop up with that image in it. So now I've got this. I'm going to go ahead and move the window out of the way so you can just see what I'm working on here. So now this is the image that I downloaded from the website. And so from here, I can actually go ahead and say File, Print as well, or in this case, it would be Command P. There we go. And now on my print dialog, I'm going to get it even larger because it auto-rotates it and scales it to fit. I'm sure on Windows there's probably some similar things you can do to mess with that image a little bit. And so that's what you can do to print it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel and close this. I'm going to bring the main window back up again. And I'm going to go back to the main page. So far, that's a couple of different ways you can manipulate that image. The other thing you can do to manipulate that image, let's go back to page 3 here, and we'll zoom back in on the obituary I'm looking for. The other thing you can do here as well is you can go to the PDF, in which case then you click on the PDF link, and it will begin downloading for you the PDF. Now in my case, it went right ahead and jumped into it. It might not for you, depending on which browser you're using. So the page is here, and then from here, of course, I can go print, in which case now I'm printing the whole page, so it's a little different. And the preview will load in just a moment. And in this case, I would have to adjust how it's printing it. I'd probably go into the system dialog. Again, this would be different on your Windows machine versus a Mac. And I might change the scaling down so that way we can see more of the page. So anyway, there's a couple of techniques for printing results from the newspaper site. It's a little different. Some of this advice is a little different than it was for the old site. Some of it is pretty similar. I know I've taught a few people to download the images and manipulate them using your operating system. So hopefully you're enjoying the new site. I know I am. Thanks. Bye.